Hello, everyone. This is Marie Holiday, and welcome to one of my walking and chatting lectures. And before I get into this topic, I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters and my subscribers for supporting my YouTube channel. My channel is a little over 4 years old, and none of this is possible without all of my supporters. And also, do not forget to mark your calendar for July 27th. Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do another relational lecture on full copy edit. I'm going to present my full copy completed edit of my accepted manuscript from Page Publishing Company. So if you want to find out how that reads, tune in and mark your calendar. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's lecture. And the focus of this lecture is going to be you got to use your talents and skills to generate other streams of income. You got to use your knowledge, talents, and skills. It don't matter if you are currently working or have a monthly income or retirement income, if you have your day job or working your full-time job. Having multiple streams of income is not a new concept. It really isn't. It's not. You think about your parents and your grandparents. They'll have their primary job and always did things on the side and on the weekend to make money, rather it was cut grass or fix cars or bake pies or cookies or whatever. This is not a new concept. I've always had my entire, even though I'm fully retired, but throughout my adult working history, I've always had multiple streams of income. Always had a couple of jobs of my side business. You can't live off no one income. Let me get a sip of water before I continue on. Hold on for 1 second. You cannot live off no one income. Even back in the day, your parents and grandparents, they always had a side hustle, always kept that money flowing. So what would make a person think in this high cost of living that all you need is one income? Even since I retired, I have created many other streams of income, passive income. I make money from my company. That I've always had my company simultaneously throughout the workforce. I get royalty checks from my books. I got my YouTube channel monetized January 2023, and I'm still being creative in trying to create other streams of income by using my talents, even in retirement. And then whatever money you make off those other streams of income, I tell people, invest that money, build your financial portfolio, keep that money flow moving. And that's how you build that generational wealth. That's how you have that ongoing financial freedom. It don't matter what the cost of living is. When you really understand dollars and cents, debt to income ratio, and building that financial wealth, high cost of living has no impact on Marie Holiday. Because the key thing is you got to keep your debt low. You got a lot of folks who are hyper spenders. You got to keep your debt low and build your wealth. All of this knowledge, I ain't learned none of this in graduate school. It took me going through financial destruction to understand the power of building multiple streams of income by using my skills when I went through financial destruction from 2007 to 2012. And God gave me the skills to write my powerful book, Awake Financial Freedom. Only thing college taught me was how to get in debt, school loan, credit cards, and they still push that agenda. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with going to college, but there's another better way you can do it versus getting in debt. And that ties into just being strapped down with debt for the rest of your life. And I'm telling you, the key thing is rising above. In order to rise above your financial situation, you got to create multiple streams of income. I'm in a position ever since I retired from state government September 2023, and I get a retirement check every month. I don't know nobody who get a retirement check and turn around and reinvest 100% of their retirement check, don't even need to touch it. And and the reason why I'm able to do that, because I have other streams of income that I use that I can pay my little bills, which ain't much. So when my main income come, I don't even have to touch it. And that's power. That's power behind that. When you start creating other streams of income, then you don't even need to touch your primary income. You can pump up your financial portfolio. You can pump up your retirement with that primary income. You can pump up money into your emergency savings account because you have other streams of income to cover your household bills. That's the secret right there in terms of building wealth. And again, they ain't teach me none of this in school, none of this in graduate school in any shape, form, or fashion. Society pre-programmed us to get into the debt trap. You're financing your life away. You're financing the house. You're financing the car. You're financing your education. You're financing credit cards. You're out there spending and splurging, financing groceries because you're charging groceries. Financing buying clothes, financing going on vacation because you're swiping and charging and charging and charging. So you look up, your whole doggone life is finance away. Your money gone before you even get paid, living from paycheck to paycheck. And they want you to live that way so you can make these creditors and these credit card companies billionaires. So it don't matter how much money you make. I know people making six figures right now, and if a $400 emergency was to occur, they literally could not handle a $400 emergency because they have financed their entire life away. Making six figures a year and borrowing lunch money because they have financed their entire life away. And that's where the business people in corporate America want to keep us so they can continue to be billionaires. They don't want you to gain financial freedom. They don't want you to understand the power of creating multiple streams of income by using your talents, your skills, your knowledge. I know people right now are literally wealthy because they have understood the power of creating those multiple streams of income. It can be anything talent you have. I know people who on the side got a certain amount of customers where they do lawn work and they reinvest in all that money. They work on cars on their own with their own customers and reinvesting all that money. They do hair on the side and they reinvest all that money. My point is, they're using their talents outside of that primary job to build their wealth. And when you're making all this extra money, that don't mean you're going out there and creating new debt and spending and splurging as fast as you make it. You got to have a purpose for that money. Although I'm retired, and I retired as a licensed clinical addiction specialist, credential at the state and national level, I still maintain my credentials. Many people, since I have retired, organizations, community, churches, schools, have sought me out to come out and do lectures on the disease concept of addiction, relapse prevention, how to recognize the person behavior signs of addiction, because addiction is out of control. It's in the schools, it's in the elementary schools, it's in the middle schools, it's in the high schools, it's in the colleges, it's in the workplace, it's in corporate America, it is in the military, it's out of control. And the disease of alcoholism or drug addiction is a non-discriminatory disease. So when organizations seek this licensed expert out to come out and do some awareness, you better believe I'm going into a contractual agreement to provide those expert services to do those lectures. I'm no different than a licensed attorney or a licensed doctor. I'm a licensed addiction expert. Work very hard for my credentials. So you ain't getting those services free. No, we're going to go into a contractual agreement if you want me to come out to an organization and raise awareness with my skills. And I made, at my choosing, side money that way since I've been in retirement at my leisure. So my point is, Use your knowledge, talents, and skills outside of your primary job to build multiple streams of income. I don't care what it is, because at the end of the day, at the end of the month, a green dollar is a green dollar. The dollar don't care if you made it from doing a lecture or working on cars or doing hair or baking pies or cutting grass or coaching somebody, consulting. It does not matter. Building a website, it don't matter. At the end of the day, a green dollar is a green dollar, and you can take that green dollar and invest it into shares in Netflix or Amazon, or build your financial portfolio, build your emergency savings account, reinvest those dividends, and see your money rise and rise and rise and rise. We have got to start thinking. See that primary job, your job, see it as a business affiliate. These folks on your job ain't your friends. No, it's about business. It's about performing the essential functions of your job on these jobs and go home. Folks need to understand that. Stop telling your personal business on these jobs. Go to work to perform the essential functions of your job and go home. And whatever other goals you're working on outside of that job, if you're trying to develop yourself, cultivate, nurture your own business, keep your mouth shut. Because everybody ain't happy with yourself on these jobs. Keep your mouth shut. They don't need to know what you're doing on your time. You're there to perform the essential functions of the job and go home. I've seen a lot of people self-sabotage working on personal goals because they own that day job, letting everybody know what they got going on, what business they finna start, or all this side money that they're making on their own outside of the job. They're talking too much. Then they look up, they done lost that primary job. This is real talk, people. So I say that to say, move in silence. Use your knowledge, skills, and ability to create other streams of income. And the money you make from those other streams of income, have a purpose for that money. Build your financial portfolio. Invest that money. Increase your emergency savings account. And watch your wealth grow and grow and grow. I'm telling you, that is how I was able to fully retire from state government, because I moved in silence, and all the money I made from my other streams of income, I was pumping that money, extra money, into my retirement financial portfolio. I was on a mission. So now, since I have fully retired, that freed me up to think of other ways to use my talents on my time to increase my multiple streams of income. Because like I said, my little bills I have, which ain't much because I paid off all my real bills before I retired. So my little bills I have every month, food, gas, utilities, and insurance every month, I use my other streams of income to pay those little bills. So when my retirement check hit me every month, I don't even touch that money. I reinvest it into another retirement account. I literally reinvest my retirement income into another retirement account. I don't even touch the money. And that's the power when you start having multiple streams of income. You're making money off of money. And the key thing is, make sure your debt is low so you can be able to do that. Because if you still got mortgage and car notes and second mortgages and the multiple car notes and credit card bills and school loan, you ain't gonna be able to do all that. You're gonna need that retirement check to pay those bills. But if you don't eliminate your bills at any age, then what that does is frees up money to build your wealth. My last few years of working for state government, about my last 3 years before I retired, all of my paychecks on my primary job before I retired, I was reinvesting 100% of all of my paychecks. I wasn't even touching my paychecks. I was reinvesting my paychecks, pumping up my retirement, reinvesting 100% of my paychecks the last 3 years of working into more retirement accounts prior to me retiring September of 2023. So I'm still with the same format. I reinvest my retirement checks into another retirement check. I ain't touched my income in years because I have other streams of income that pay my little bills that I do have, and the rest is history. So share this information in terms of it is a must to use your talents, skills, and knowledge to create other streams of income so you can build your financial wealth. That's all I have. Simplify, Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave any care of your own conscience. Have a great day.